walking lick. Having nothing on my wrist. Paparazzi taking pics. Something you don't wanna miss. I'm a walking lick. Private jet for the trip. Private dance cause the whip. Something you don't wanna miss.
Pipe. Hey, man, it's your boy Mr. Florida. From Dade City, Florida, man. 352, stand up.
How you got the name Mr. Florida?
Crazy. Right? So, when I was younger, like my mama used to move us around a lot. Like we was in a bunch of different cities in Florida, always traveling. Always moving around and shit. So I got to learn all of Florida, all the back roads, all the small cities and all the small towns and shit like that. But that wasn't, you know what I mean? It didn't just stick out nothing like then. But then one day, I'm just listening to a comedian and he kept saying, everybody, all the rappers are young this and young that and little this. I said, man, I want my rap name to come with some respect. So, you know, I took the little and the young and killed all that shit and went with Mr. And I said, fuck it, I know all of Florida, so Mr. Florida.
So what's your favorite part? You know what I'm saying? Like if you know what I'm saying, you just got a day off or a weekend trying to get away or whatever, what part of Florida you in? What's your favorite?
All of them. And it's crazy I say all of them because me and my family, we try to do a thing where like we see a different beach every weekend, you know what I mean? So for me to say one particular spot, I ain't got none really, but if it's like a hangout type of thing, Tampa. T-Town. Always Tampa.
Is there any part of Florida you recommend people stay out of, or like, you know what I'm saying, you trying to keep some distance between?
All of, you know, Miami-Dade, Duval, shit, man, you know what danger signs look like, man. When you come to Florida, come in vacation, man. Don't go looking for the hood, 'cause it ain't hard to find.
Yeah.
Definitely ain't hard to find.
Man, so what made you get into the music? Like what made you get into it? How long you been doing it? Some influences, you know?
All right, so I've been doing music now. Like I tell people, there's a difference between doing music and doing it for real. Like I started doing it for real for about 5 years ago, but I've been doing music seems like almost forever. Like my first influence, not my biggest, but my first. I got two uncles that started rapping. Like they rap so far back that they first mixtape came out on vinyl. It was on a small record. But I was like, well, shit, I know two rappers. I know two people who put together an album. Why, if they can do it, why I can't do it? So, you know. And then a shout out to this little dude named Dwight. I met this dude in high school, and I mean, I ain't seen him since, like my freshman year of high school. And me and him was sitting around, and he was like, bro, let's freestyle. I was like, man, I don't know how to freestyle. He was like, bro, just say whatever. And I'll never forget that. Like, that's what started it. Like, him just giving me the confidence was like, say whatever. He like, I can't rap neither, say whatever. And when I started saying whatever, that shit came out pretty dope. So I've been rapping since freshman year of high school, man.
So around that time, like who were some of the people like popping around that time when you was?
Pastor Troy.
Yeah.
Man, I rapped just like Pastor Troy. I got a lot of homeboys that tell me still to this day, boy, when you first started rapping, you was like, that's all you wanted. You sounded just like Pastor Troy. It was definitely Pastor Troy, Master P, you know, all the Southern greats, man. 8 Ball, MJG, T.I. was just coming out right then too. And I was living in Georgia. Yeah, T.I. was killing the shit right then, man.
Any of them still on the playlist, like what you rocking to now? So like,
every last one of them. Every last one of them. Phil Mob, 8 Ball, MJG, T.I., The Baby killing my playlist right now. Kevin Gates, Moneybag, Young Dolph, man. Shout out Dolph. the music I listen to now, my playlist is I try to keep it up tempo, cause I like to listen to it when I work out, and I like to keep it on some motivation, like go get money type of shit. So them the rappers I've been like gravitating towards, the people that make you want to get up every day and do better with your life. Don't settle, just go get some more.
Yeah. So is any features that you're looking forward to? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you could pick like somebody to do a feature with right now, who would be that one person you be like, oh yeah, this is a go. I need that feature.
No, man, it's hard for me to put myself with somebody. Now I ain't gonna, like, if I could pick an artist, if they was like, you get one free artist to pick, Chris Brown, give me Chris Breezy, man. Just because I would just think it'd be dope to work with Brown, but one to just be like, this one gonna take you to the top. I don't know if you know what I mean. I don't want to say there's one artist out there, cause I try to stay in my own lane, focus on my own music, create my own sound type of shit. So it's like, I can't say I got a dream artist I would like to work with, but yeah, give me Chris Brown though. If I had to answer the question, give me Chris Breezy.
All right, so we're gonna switch it up. I see you've been doing Smoke One with your boy. You know what I'm saying? You got the podcast, everything going. You know, if you could invite, well, first, I'm gonna let you introduce what it is. You know what I'm saying? Tell the people like what it is, where they can find it. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna ask this question. So go ahead.
Word. Bang! It's your boy, Mr. Florida, and it's the Smoke One with your boy podcast. Man, we do that every night, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 10 o'clock. Then come back on Sundays and do a music review. So yeah, we've been doing the podcast for about a year now. We won Tri-County's best podcast and internet radio show. We just won that award. Shout out to my co-host AJ. Yeah, man, it was just something like I kind of fell into the podcast. Like, we was always sitting around smoking, and I had different people pull up to smoke. They'll come, what's up, bro? Shit, come on, come smoke one with your boy. And that saying just went to me hitting the live button and then turned into a podcast. So now it's a nightly thing, you know what I mean? You can definitely find us YouTube, Facebook. I'm working on Twitch, Instagram, and I'm working on Clubhouse. I'm trying to make Clubhouse something possible. But you know that music thing, boy, they get on top of that music thing.
You got a favorite guest you done had on the show so far?
Comedian CP.
Comedian CP. So if somebody was to be like, oh, okay.
Comedian CP. Don't get me wrong, I love every independent artist I've ever had on my show. I appreciate, love, and thank all of y'all. Every entrepreneur, black business owner, cook, fashion designer. Like, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. But when I went out to California and had a smoke session with Comedian CP, and he was on my show, and he was hyped to be there, like, hands down, my boy was like, that's definitely my favorite guest I've had on my show, man.
So we was going, if you had to tell somebody, hey, if you need to watch one,
watch that. Cause it's easy for me to give my advice. I tell people all the time, I ain't nobody, man. I try every day to be somebody, but I'm not nobody. And for somebody who's already made progress, and been successful in their field, like, that's some of the best advice you can get. And my boy gave a lot of good advice. He gave a lot of good, real life, dope advice. So yeah, definitely. If I could tell you go watch one, go watch that one. Go watch that one. Don't get me wrong, all my other shows are dope. I have dope artists every night, but Comedian CP, he came through, he hung out, he was real. My boy pulled up in a Benz, but jumped out with a regular black tee on, you feel me? Like, he showed you, like, yeah, I got a little money, but I'm still that guy. I'm real, man. So that was a vibe for me. That was a vibe. Definitely go check that one out.
Bet. So you got anybody you looking forward to having on the show? Who names of people, like, you know what I'm saying, that you would like to have on the show? If you got like that one person, like, hey, I need you to slide through, like, trying to...
I don't really got that one person. I say everybody, man. Everybody. Like, I ain't gonna put you on the spot, but I invited you, your wife. I'm looking forward to having y'all on eventually. I know y'all stay busy. I had my dog Chewy from Chewy Fry Zone. He was one of my favorite guests. Definitely a vibe. I would love to have him back. Randy over there at Brick Studio. He's a good guy, man. Great guy because he passed on as much information as he can. All my artists, man. Every artist that come through, and I get them from everywhere. I got a guy that check in on the nightly from Belgium. He's been on the show. I've had people check in from Ontario, Canada. Like, I get hyped, man. Like, when I miss a night, they blow up my inbox. Like, what's up, bro? You ain't doing the show tonight? When the show coming on? So it's like that's the fuel that keep me going, man. Even on the nights where I might have two viewers to against the nights where I got 300 viewers, you know what I mean? Like, it still keep me going because regardless, if I miss a night, somebody in my inbox like, damn, bro, what's up? Where the show at? So it's a vibe. I fuck with it.
Man, so is anything you got working on for the future? What can we expect from Mr. Florida moving forward?
Definitely back to my music, man. Back to the music. I got some small entrepreneur projects coming up, man. You know, with 2021 coming around, I'm trying to be more financially responsible, more financially literate. So I'm learning and picking up new stuff. So I'm picking up side hobbies and side hustles. Just finna start a mini donut franchise, man. And my wife working on that right now. But definitely the music, man. Like I said, you can't have one hustle. I got about 6 of them right now. But definitely, I'm here right now doing this interview to let you know I got some music coming, man. I got some more music coming.
I see you had a lot of success, you know. I was gonna say what the Garden of Eden hit, what?
Man, that shit hit 1 million views and YouTube took it down.
Yeah.
That shit hit 1 million views and YouTube took it down, man.
So what was the process of that? Like, how did all that get started? You know, I know y'all was out there working with the what was it, the show.
Yeah, we were up. So Miss Dolce, Miss Vache Vixen, shout out to her. Big shout out to her, man. She came through on a lot of my stuff. She's in a lot of my videos. But she had got in with this YouTube show called Forbidden Fruit. And I had just did a song called Forbidden Fruit. And she was like, you got some music you want to say? I said, I actually do. So I sent her the track, and they liked it. They fuck with it. They vibe with it. So for y'all that don't know, it's a lesbian... I don't know how to exactly say it. It's a lesbian type sitcom type YouTube show. It's dope though, man. It was really dope. And I liked it because it was small production, but they was serious. Like, they would come from all over Jacksonville, Orlando, Miami, Tampa. Like, they was coming in just to do two-day shoots and shit like that. So they asked me if I had any music. Well, she asked me, and I was like, yeah, I got some music. And I sent her the track. They liked it. So when I went, I actually jumped in on one of their film days. So it wasn't like I was making them go out of their way. They were already filming that day. And I kind of got some of the shots from their show that day. And then, like I said, they worked in the music video with that. And it came out dope. So I forgot to put the warning on the front of it, the adult content warning. And 2 of them kissed in there. And because of the name Garden of Eden, a lot of people were finding it from I guess searching the Bible, and they reported it, and they pulled it down, man. That shit hit 1 million+ views, and they pulled it down.
I was gonna say, would you ever consider directing your own short series, or like, you know what I'm saying, after seeing the success of the show and like, how is that thing? Is that a different avenue you would ever consider getting into? Like,
it was a vibe. It was a vibe, but I would like to take a shot at movies, man. I think the Master P, Ice Cube route, the funny comedy type of thing, I think I could fall there. I know a lot of funny people. I like directing. I kind of got an idea what it would take to make one of them type of films. I would like to give a shot at that. I like directing. Like I direct a lot of my videos. I think that would be dope. I do
So I see you been out there on the road. See you was working with Royal Blunts. And you know what I'm saying? And I see you smoking the gas now. So, you know, I'm just trying to figure out what's the favorite strand, like, you know what I'm saying, on a you know, Sunday afternoon or Saturday afternoon, just got off work. What you rolling up and what you rolling in.
Okay, right. So first of all, shout out to Royal Blunts. Shout out to my dog Breaker. Favorite strand is definitely any Ruts, man. The Ruts is killing it. I fuck with the Ruts. Now, anybody that don't know, there's a bunch of different strands. Like, you could have Gorilla Glue, then there's GG Fold. Like, there's so many different strands. So when I say Ruts, like, all of them. I ain't had a Ruts yet that I don't like. All of the cakes, the ice cream cake, the birthday cake, and the cheeses. I definitely fuck with the blue cheese, all of the cheeses, man. I'm a hybrid in indica, man. I don't do the sativa. People be like, you smoke sativa, you can smoke and get function and get shit done. I don't want to get shit done. If I smoke, I'm gonna relieve stress and forget I hate people. Yeah, so give me the strong shit. Give me the shit that's gonna make me dumb.
You mess with edibles or any of the concentrates, dabs?
Right. So I'm making my own edibles. My wife, she's a pothead / hippie, and she get like experimenting in the kitchen. So she makes cookies and brownies and Rice Krispie treats. Last night I made a pineapple upside down cake. I put way too much can of butter. I woke up with a hangover this morning. Yeah, but I don't buy the edibles though. I feel like they ain't strong enough. I make my own though.
Okay.
Yeah, we making the edibles.
So say anybody in history, it don't matter what time frame, whatever. You can roll one up, smoke one with them, and just pick their brain. Who would that person be? And why that person?
That's a good question. Damn, that's a good question. Anybody. Shit. Give me my uncle, man. That might not be a significant answer to a lot of people, man, but my uncle got taken away from me when I was at a young age, and people like talk about him like he was a legend. Like, they literally talk about my uncle like he was a legend. Like, one of the stories I heard about him, right? The football coach harassed him to be on the football team, and he kept telling him no. He finally talked him out there. My uncle had 1 day of practice. Joined the team, played defensive line, started his first game, had 13 tackles, 8 of them were sacks, made All-American that one game, and got a full ride scholarship to Georgia. I would think it was bullshit, but then I saw the newspaper clippings and the pictures. I was like, get the fuck out of here. So yeah, if I could break, and then, right, so on top of that story, you hear that, he's an amazing athlete, right? Then in the same conversation, they'll tell me about how he'll go into the movie theater with a blunt as thick as his finger. Back then they were smoking joints. They were joint as thick as his finger, and he was like 6-something, 2-something. He was big dude, big as his finger. That's what they used to tell me, big as his finger, and fog up the movie theater. Yeah, give me that one. If I can hang out with one, give me that one. Give me my uncle, man. Let me see what that conversation will be like.
Yeah, it's sad that it was taken away from you at a young age. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things going on around here in the cities and stuff like that. A lot of people going way too soon, you know. But you know what I'm saying? Like, say some advice like you could probably give to somebody younger than yourself, maybe even a younger than you. Back then, what would you suggest to them?
Gotta edit that. Oh man.
But say somebody, music game, just the overall game of it all. what would you tell them?
I would give any younger person advice, and it would always be the same advice. Figure out what you want to do and attack it as early as possible. Again, I said I started doing music 5 years ago. I kind of got serious about it 12 years ago. So it was like, what was the hold up? You know what I mean? It was like, I had so many people around me saying bad stuff and saying, just, you know what I mean? Not talking the right energy my way. And it slowed me down, man. And if I'd have just attacked what I love to do, it wouldn't have slowed down my progress. I tell people, like they say, it take 10,000 hours to be great at something. If I wouldn't have listened to them, I would have been further down my path of my 10,000 hours, man. So it's like, just don't listen to nobody. Find out what you want to do, whatever it is, and attack that shit full force as early as possible, man.
That's real. I'm gonna ask one more question. You was talking about your wife that she back on, like how they got started, like how long y'all been together? What's the story behind that?
We gonna put this on some blooper shit, right? So the first night I met my wife, I was with my baby mama, and my baby mama was tripping, and she kept blowing my phone up. So I gave the phone at my now wife, but back then nobody, and this girl I just met, I gave her the phone and she cussed my baby mama out. And 13 years later, we still together.
So it was just love off the cuss out, like that's what sealed the deal, huh? Okay.
So
what made you? So do you think that was a seal, or like say you didn't hand the phone over that day?
it's so right. It's crazy, right? So in 10th grade, we moved to Ocala. In my 10th grade year, we moved to Ocala. And me and her lived in the same apartment complex, and I never met her. She went to the same school as my little brother, and I never met her. Years later, I had a friend of mine that I graduated with. He introduced me to her. And even then, we didn't really talk about nothing, so it never clicked up then. And then when we finally did talk, like, we just went to talking about our past, and it was like literally our whole life we were doing this. Like, just barely missing each other, going down the same road, but not looking in each other's direction. She knew my little brother. She knew all of my friends that I was hanging out with on a daily basis, but we never met. And that shit there was just crazy. Yeah, but yeah, once we finally got together and became a couple, we've been together ever since. I've been with my wife now 11 years.
That's beautiful. Yeah, it's definitely always nice to have somebody solid in your corner, you know what I'm saying, have that backbone. You know, everybody these days, so, you know, forget love, that it ain't worth it, this and that, but, you know, they don't realize that.
Boy, listen, I tell people, right, love take hard work. I tell my mama, right, I said, man, listen, forever come with hard work. I said, my mother's mother, so this would be my great-grandmother and my great-granddad. This is basically where the family thing started. Like, we was tight-knit from there, like meals every Sunday, all of that. I said, do you understand, for that to happen, that I got an auntie, which is my grandmother's sister, that has a brother that's not related to any of my other aunties? I said, did you think about that? She said, what the hell you talking about? I said, yeah, it ain't even clicked to you yet. Your grandma cheated. Your grandma had a child out of wedlock, but y'all kept it moving. You feel me? Like, forever come with some bullshit. My grandma and granddad is the last couple I know been together. And then on my dad's side, same shit. Like, they both got kids, same age. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so forever come come with some bullshit. If you willing to put up with the bullshit that the other person can dish out, you can get forever. But some bullshit is coming though. And with me and my wife, I said, shit, I can deal with your bullshit. She said, well, I know what you've been through, and I can deal with your bullshit. So we've been together ever since.
So would you say love is more so is love a feeling, or can you learn to love somebody?
Oh, love is definitely a feeling. But I think you have to learn to love each person you love. Now, when I say that, right? So we know love is a feeling, because if you love somebody and y'all break up, boy, you see it. Boy, you be fucked up, you sad, you can't eat, and all of that. And when you in love, people can see it. Damn, bro, why you smiling so big? And I see you out all the time. I see Media Marcus out all the time with his wife smiling big. That's love, you know what I mean? But that's just being in love. You have to learn to love someone, because you don't know what people have been through. Like, people in this world got daddy issues, you feel me? They might have trauma issues or shit like that. Like, we've all been through something, so just to love that person ain't enough. You have to learn to love them the way they need to be loved, you know what I mean? Like, some people might be lonely, so that means you gotta give extra time. Like, I know a lot of dudes, not picking on them or nothing, not saying they wrong or nothing, but I know a lot of dudes who are addicted to the video game. And it's not nothing that they doing wrong. You just like to play the video game, you know what I mean? But now she feel like she in the house with somebody and she still feel alone because you not paying her no mind. You over there playing that fucking video game. You know what I mean? Am I making any sense, bro? Okay, but yeah, that's how I feel. Like you got to learn how to love people. Like, and then that dude playing the video game, you got to understand he's happy. Learn to love him the way he is. Let him play that fucking video game. He ain't out cheating. He ain't calling no hoes. He ain't out in them streets. He ain't fucking off. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a compromise. You got to learn how to love who you with. It ain't enough to just say I love you. You got to learn how to love the way they need to be loved.
Yeah, because I'm one of the people, I feel like every relationship come with compromise, you know?
Definitely.
And usually when your girl getting on your nerves is because she trying to tell you that she wants something from you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, you might seem like, oh, she nagging, but nah, it's just you been on the game. She just wants some attention. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's it.
And taking care of the house by herself, doing all
that's
this,
it.
handling the kids.
All of that.
I'm telling you this because I just want you to step up a little bit more, so on and so forth. But also at the same time, communication is a two-way street. So it's like, you know.
Definitely. Now, a lot of people don't understand that, man. It's like, why would I be with you? Why be in a relationship or a situation with you if we can't communicate and get shit done? You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I tell people all the time, it's not a race. It ain't no pace set to it. Like, you got forever. Take your time, pace yourself, do something till you get tired of it, then take a break. You know what I mean? After you done took a break, catch your breath, get back on that shit. And the same thing with love, man. Like, you gotta work on it. Y'all work on it, but take your time. You know what I mean? Ain't no set pace.
Well, I was gonna say, go ahead. Tell the people, introduce yourself one more time, let them know who he is, where they can find you.
One more time, man, it's your boy Mr. Florida, man. I'm everywhere. You can Google me, man. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. And it's all spelled the right way, because I want respect on my name, so I spelled it all the right way, man. Mr. Florida, man. Podcast, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 10 o'clock. Sunday nights, 8:30 to 10 o'clock, straight music review. I bang all independent artists.
Gotta get a shout out.
Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Media Marcus. Shout out my wife, man. Big shout out my wife. That's my real backbone, man. Shout out my kids. Shout out my family. Shout out my moms. Shout out my co-hosts. Shout out God, man. Without God, we ain't shit. I don't care what your beliefs is. Believe what you believe, but I believe without God, we ain't shit. So, big shouts out to God. And remember what I tell you, take care of the ones that love you, because everybody don't give a fuck about you. It's your boy, Mr. Florida. We out of here. Bye.